Robin and Squirrel will bring us to many different places so that we can discover some of the wild plants that we can eat, and maybe we can make a salad with them afterwards. And while we walk, I wanted to tell you a true story. I was born in Italy, and for 30 years I lived there. And then I discovered the Isle of Wight, that for me was really magical, because in a very small area we can find many different landscapes. For example, beaches, marshes, ancient woodlands, cliffs, and places that normally we have to travel a lot to see, but here they are really close, near to each other, and it is quite special. And all of these different places, they have different plants and animals that live in them. And so it will be really fun, I thought, today to go and discover some of them and see what we can find. So let's go! Just before we start our walk, Mr. Fox brought with us his favorite book, and this is called The Woodland Chef's Guide, and it tells us how to collect plants in nature. So I'm gonna read to you the first few sentences, which are like guides that can help us take plants in the wild. The first is take a basket and a grown-up. The basket to collect, and the best basket that I can advise you to carry with you is this type, which is called a wicker basket, and is made of willow. And the grown-up to check that we are taking the right plants, because you know there are many plants that are edible so that we can eat, but some of them can make us sick, and some of them can also make us die. So we really want to make sure that we are taking the right ones, and we want to have somebody with us that can teach us and show us which are the right plants to take. And then it says, if in doubt, leave it out. And this means that if we both are not sure 100%, we better not to take the plants. Always pick, never pull. So we can take a pair of scissors with us so that we make sure we don't really take away all the plants with the roots. And this is very important because plants need to be able to survive. And then the last one, it says, pick just few leaves per plant. Leave always some for wildlife and for the plant to keep growing, which makes sense. We want to see many more plants in our planet than the one we already have. So now we can start our adventure, and let's go and discover some plants. In the woodland you can find really interesting plants, like this one that we have here. This is called wood sorrel, and it likes to live under the trees in the shade, and it really likes not to be disturbed too much. So we'll try to be careful, and I'll show you how it looks. If you come closer, I'll show you a little leaf. Every leaf is made by 3 heart shapes. It's very light green color, and it tastes a little bit like lemon or apple peel, and it's fantastic when you're thirsty. In the spring it does little white flowers, and you might find a different variety which is slightly bigger than this with pink flowers. It's the cultivated type, and is edible as well, and it has the same taste. So we can take a few leaves for our salad. Walking through the woods, we can find many old stone walls like this one, and they are full of life. In them lives lichen, there are mosses, there are ferns, and let's see what else we can find. But I don't know where Robin is gone. Have you seen him? Oh, Robin, there you are. Look, he was waiting for us. Just in the right place, because look, this is a special plant. It's very delicate and it grows in stone walls. It is called Pennywort because it's round, like a shape of a penny, and it's got a little dot just in the middle that remind of a belly button. So this plant is edible, and so we can pick a little of it. But be careful, if you take it, never pull, because it's very, very delicate. It doesn't have big roots. So we just take a few of them and put it in our basket. If you can see, this little Pennywort is just the shape of a 2-penny. I've got here 2 pennies, you can see, and the leaves are more or less the same size. So just put it in our basket. Hey little friends, budge up a bit, thank you. And there we can go. Oh, Robin, you was left behind. We are just coming out from the woods and it's such a nice sunny day. And look, surprise, the sea! My woodland friends, especially Hedgehog, they think this is really a magical island. And now that we are by the sea, I wanted to tell you that they have a favorite song that they always sing when they go on holiday. And this is, oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. Because they like to be beside the seaside too. So now we are going down the sea and see what we can find. I'm sure we'll discover something interesting there. Would you like just to follow me? Here we are by the seaside, and it is really a different landscape from the woodland, isn't it? There is more light, and there is a wonderful fresh smell. My woodland friends, they said that we can find some nice plants to eat even by the sea. But look, the only thing I can see really is rocks. Surprisingly, we found some plants to eat by the sea. If you look on this side, we have a natural reserve, and is a home of a very rare butterfly. It is called the Glenville fritillary butterfly, and she is out just in this time of the year. So if we are lucky enough, we can see it. And the interesting thing of this place is that there are a lot of edible plants. I can see the yellow flowers, which is a sea radish. I can see the white little flowers, which is a sea kale, and some sea spinach all around at the bottom. And there is also a very rare plant, which is called rock samphire. And in the olden days, it was so rare that it went just from the Isle of Wight to London for the Queen and the rich people there. And all these plants are best to be cooked, but there is just one that it can be just perfect for our raw salad. And the plant that Mr. Fox will point us to is called sea Purslane, and it's just down here, as you can see. And it's, oh look, this is the butterfly. The Glenville fritillary just passed by. So lucky we are today. So yes, this sea Purslane is also here outside from the natural reserve, and if you come closer you will see this special plant. The sea Purslane has got these tiny leaves that are silvery green and very small sparkly dots, which are the crystals, the salt that they take from the sea. And the stalk is slightly pink, so we can pinch some leaves, and Mr. Fox will take them to the basket. And now I wanted to show you another plant, which we can often find in pathways, also roadsides and open woodlands. It is called elder, and in fact it is a tree. It can grow up to 10 meters, and in the early summer it has these wonderful little flowers, and if you come closer you'll see that they are like little umbrellas. And each little flower is composed by 5 little petals. This is a wonderful plant to use for making drinks like cordial, or for example a refreshing tea, which is something I'd really like to do after this long walk. So let's take some of this elderflower in this case, and I took my scissors, and Squirrel can help me to cut a few. Elder really like the sunshine, and we too. Every woodland chef needs a rest after a long foraging walk. Don't you agree? And what the best place to be than in a wildflower meadow and a grass field in a sunny day. I can see that here we have lots of wild flowers, and especially one that I wanted to show you. If you come near, you'll see it. This is called red clover, and it's just out in the early summer. It's like a pink ball, and you can find a white version. You recognize it because it is made, these ones in fact are all little tubes. They are the actual flowers, and bees really like them because they are very sweet. These are edible flowers, and they have got these 3 leaves. I can show you a leaf closer so you can see, just pick it here. So you can see the leaf is composed by 3 smaller leaves. And if you find one with 4 leaves, that means you are the luckiest of the woodland. And now we are going to pick some of this red clover because it's really nice to eat in our salad. I've got my scissors, and we make sure to leave some for the bees. We can also pick the leaves because they are nice to eat. They taste like a little bit like grass. So we can pick some of these wonderful clovers to put in our basket. There is just one more plant that I wanted to show you and that we might be able to find at this time of the year. And maybe it's just in your garden. And if you look here, there it is. This is violet leaves. Violet, it flowers generally in the spring, and it's got some purpley blue flowers. The leaves are edible and they are full of vitamin C. They are dark green and they have lots of tiny veins. They have an heart shape. So we'll pick some of these for our salad, and then we can do something interesting with it. Now that we have everything ready, you can see why this basket, which is called a wicker basket, is going to be very useful. We are going to wash everything, so I just put it on the floor. And with some clean water, we are going to wash the plants gently. Give them a little wash. And then we're going to tip it on a towel. And this, you see, it's got tiny little holes that will let the water through. And then this one, we can hang it in the sun. This will help it to dry. We are back in a magical woodland kitchen, and I prepared a salad with all the plants we found in our adventure today. I put some ordinary lettuce at the base. I thought it would have given a nice color to it. We can put a dressing on top if you like. It looks really tasty. And here, if you can see, I put I laid down all the plants that we found, starting from the Pennywort that we found on stone walls, Elderflower from the pathways, wood sorrel from woodlands, sea purslane from the seaside, and red clover from the wild flower meadows. And I thought we could make, as I said, a nice refreshing tea with this elderflower. It's very easy to make. You just have to put boiling water in here, put the flowers in it. They can be fresh or you can also let them dry. Just put hot water and let it stay there like 5 to 10 minutes. Cover it up. This will make so that the flavor stays, and we can wait. In a minute we will have it. Why don't we try a nice game? Just we can take inspiration from the shapes of the plants we found. We can draw numbers and we can transform them into plants. And if you want to join me, you will just need a piece of paper and a pencil. I've got my big paper and I have a crayon I'm gonna use. So I will start writing down the numbers, and then from 1 to 9, I started a little bit, and then we're gonna transform the numbers into plants. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go! And what could be better than color our drawing with an ink that we can make from a plant? And for this we are going to go into my studio, which is the place where all the most colorful magic happens. Let's go. And now we can make some ink that we are going to take from rose petals. I took some yellow petals and some pink petals, and then we can use these inks to color our drawing. To do this, we need this hot water, which is not just normal hot water. Basically, I took some wood ash and I soaked it overnight in some rainwater. And then I took that water, which has got the color of the apple juice, and I almost boiled it. This water is very special because it contains potassium carbonate. And this element helps the color to come out from the petals. So we have this hot water and the petals, and it's very easy to do. First we're going to try the pink petals, and I challenge you to tell me which color do you think it will come out from that. So we take something like a big handful. You see, some are dried and some are fresh. This doesn't really matter. The color will come out anyway. And we just put some of this hot water. We wear gloves because of the potassium carbonate is like a very alkaline, and so we don't want that it damages our skin. You can come closer if you want to see. Some color is already coming out. The best way is to massage, like squeeze the petals until you see the color coming out. And more you squeeze, more you will see that the color will come out. We can also add a few more. It became really dark green. So what we do now, we transfer the ink. We can also put some of these petals. We take a spoon, we squeeze it down just to take all the water out we can. Look how dark green it became. Which color did you think would have come out from pink roses? I thought pink. But no, look at this. Now we take a brush. We can try it on a piece of paper. Wow, it's really dark green, like moss. It's very thick as well. You can let it dry a bit. And we can also try an experiment. We can try to put some lemon juice. Let me just take a brush. And see which color we get out from it. Now I want to try squeezing some lemon. Just a few drops. And try to put it on the green. And see which colors comes out of it. Oh gosh, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Look, it's pink again. I can't believe it. This is pure magic. Amazing. I just discovered something new. Did you know? Got the pink again. And let's try with the yellow. Yellow petals. Now, which color do you think will come out? I'm very excited now. We need a place where to put this one when it comes out. So let me just give this a clean. I'm gonna put it in there. Again, hot special water with potassium carbonate. And squeeze. Be careful because the water is really hot. So at the moment we have a very nice yellow color, which is in fact the color I expected. Yes, this really seemed to be yellow, so if you guessed yellow, you were right. It's actually very intense. We put it in our bowl. There's the petals that we are going to squeeze in a minute. Look at this color. Wow. It's really amazing. Just use the spoon to squash it down. Now we are going to try and paint our piece of paper. This is a little bit more liquid. Oh wow, really intense deep yellow with this. So now shall we see what happens if we put a little bit of lemon juice on the yellow? Yellow on yellow. It seems that it's going pink as well, but in a slightly different way. I would say more delicate pink. What do you think? It's much more subtle, but it looks pink as well. These experiments are so satisfying. So I think that now we can color our drawing. I let you color yours as well. It's gonna be fun. I'll do some yellow and some green. It's eating time in the woodlands, and maybe also where you are. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. We really have had wild fun today. And remember, wherever you are, share your magic.